Hi, I'm Mark Longfield. I'm the Managed Services Practice Leader here at MicroStrategies. We're very excited to present to you today the next installment of our Customer Spotlights discussing our Managed Service practice. Today, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to Kids Preferred, another one of our Managed Services customers. Let me start by welcoming Jason Myers, Lisa Duvall from Kids Preferred, along with two of my teammates, Amy Wilder and Shamus Barnes.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have the pleasure today to be speaking with one of our clients, Jason Myers and Lisa Duvall with Kids Preferred, a toy manufacturing company out of New Jersey. Lisa, Jason, if you want to do you mind just jumping into a little bit more of who Kids Preferred is and what it is you do?
Sure. My name is Jason Myers. I'm the Vice President of Finance and IT Administration here at Kids Preferred. Kids Preferred is dedicated to creating high quality, innovative toys for children of all ages, especially focused on plush toys and developmental toys for children. We're located here in central New Jersey, East Windsor, and I work with my colleague, Lisa Duvall, who's the Vice President of Operations. Lisa?
I'm Lisa Duvall. I'm the Vice President of Operations at Kids Preferred. Kids Preferred has been in business for about 40 years. We have between 40 and 50 employees. We manufacture our goods overseas in China, and we bring them into the U.S. for distribution to all large big box retailers and small mom and pop chains as well.
So as you can hear, Kids Preferred, we're experts at kids toys and having fun and making toys and stuffed animals for children. We're not experts at IT at all. That's why we have the MicroStrategies team with us here, and we've really been happy that we built on that relationship over the past several years.
Yeah, I think one of the first times I met you, Jason, that was one of the things that stood out to me, is that you wanted to focus on what your business was and let us take care of what you weren't experts in. And I think during our implementation and our rollout here, managing your system, we've been able to provide you with that value. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been our experience that we no longer have to have a dedicated in-house resource to handle our IT concerns and needs. So while that's been challenging in some sense because we don't have someone that's easy to go to walk over to them to help their support, what we've done is we've gained from that the knowledge set that all MicroStrategies can bring to the table for us. So when we're faced with a problem or a situation or really planning for something we don't know, we don't have to become experts at IT. We let you guys guide us on that.
Yeah, and ever since we transitioned everything over to MicroStrategies, everything has been running much more smooth, and we haven't had any system issues like we were having in the past, and it's been a very easy transition.
Now, I know in some of the transitions we refreshed your laptops and we utilized tools which allows some standardization. How has that helped you, Lisa, in the operations area?
It's been amazing. So one of our challenges was we had aging desktops that were constantly breaking down, constantly giving us issues in the office. And with the rollout of the new laptops and integrating Microsoft Teams into the platform, it's been a whole new transition for our entire company. We are able to be in the office, out of the office, work remotely. So it's really made us more of a team than ever before. We've been able to collaborate on all projects that we've needed to, and it's really been an amazing transition.
That's wonderful to hear. And to Jason's point, in today's day and age, you really can't just walk down the hallway and knock on the door of a colleague on any given day, but Microsoft Teams allowing that unified communication through internal communication, external communication, video conferencing, file sharing, project work, and so on. We were happy to see that the result of the implementation has been successful up until this point. Thank you for that feedback.
And it wasn't just implementing, keeping everything the same and just putting new hardware in there or putting something in the cloud. As the introduction of Microsoft Teams has, and I use that in previous organizations, it's really transformed how people communicate in the organization, especially, kind of mid-pandemic, early pandemic, post-pandemic even, people are in different places doing different things and really need to integrate and really quickly communicate with people. And jumping on a Teams meeting is now the go-to way we meet. We no longer have to walk down the hall and try to meet with people or get on a conference call and remember your PIN number and doing all that dialing. You just can jump on Teams. But that's, a lot of that success it's one of the tools that, MicroStrategies help us bring in-house and really get us to use and leverage the platform as much as possible.
And additionally, we have looked at the environment, and I believe that we did a lot of consolidation for you moving forward as we modernize your environment. Has that helped improve your operations also?
Yeah, I think, the big thing is we no longer have a server room, so to speak, with servers in there. We've got one small piece of hardware as kind of a local backup right now, but we don't have to have a rack of servers sitting in there. We don't have to worry about if the connectivity to the building is not working, that anybody that's not inside the building can't get access to the important vital systems they need. We've worked putting our infrastructure in the cloud, really putting our shared files in the cloud. We've also moved our enterprise resources planning system, our ERP system. We've moved that to the cloud. You guys helped us with that. They're actually managing that infrastructure for us, but we were able to, again, get everything off-prem, get it into the cloud. It's more resilient, it's more robust, it's more redundant, and it just improves our security perspective as well, because it takes a lot of the risk out of the equation.
Absolutely.
And that project was sure a pleasure to work with you both on. I know we scheduled timelines and we hit all those timelines, and we communicated through Microsoft Teams, as mentioned, on a weekly basis to be sure that everyone was doing their part. Me being on the client solution executive side of things, it's great to see a project work so seamlessly throughout. As we know, that may not always be the case. Hopefully it is. And moving over to more of the day-to-day side of things, where we have full access into your environment, and as you touched on, the cyber security piece as well, we make sure nothing malicious is coming in, and if so, we'll remediate that before it escalates to anything larger. But I did want to touch on Amy Wilder performing the quarterly business reviews, and I wanted to see what you guys thought and what benefits you got out of meeting on a quarterly basis and going over these reviews and reviewing the amount of tickets and incidents in each quarter.
Yeah, from my perspective, we've been able to quantify, the value we're getting out of our relationship with MicroStrategies and really see those sorts of things. And, like any transition, you're going to see ticket numbers and you're going to understand how quickly they get resolved and stuff like that. But having someone sit down with us on a quarterly basis or even a regular basis, if we needed to meet early, more than that, and really understand what's going on in our environment, how many tickets that we have, how much are our systems becoming issues or not issues, or users spending their time. Tickets is one way to measure what's going on in the organization, good and bad. People need a password reset. That's good because they needed to reset their password, or something happened and we need to make sure that they didn't have a problem with something like that. So it's definitely good to have someone bring us through that on a quarterly basis to see how we're making progress, something we just never measured before, right, Lisa?
Yep, absolutely. It's really important to see how we're making progress. But just to jump back to Shamus, what you were saying about our initial meeting and having those weekly touch bases, I mean, that was essential to getting this whole project really up and running. Is we had weekly touch bases with multiple people on your team, multiple people on our team, and having those takeaways every week really helped us stay on track and get to where we are today, so that we only have to meet quarterly to touch base and see where we are. And it really it really was a great process from start to where we are today.
Yeah, and understanding in those quarterly reviews, we also review your security posture, and we've enhanced your security posture over the past few years. We do supply you with 24/7 by 365 security. There's always someone looking at on what is happening in your environment. So I hope, I think that gives you guys peace of mind that someone's watching your back there 24/7.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we have a higher level of trust in our systems than we ever have before. And that's definitely due to the partnership that we've developed over the last, several years working with you guys.
Yeah, and what's good to see is on a Saturday or Sunday, you get the email from MicroStrategy saying, hey, we're going to patch your servers, or we're going to do these different things. That's great from our perspective, because that's one less thing we have to worry about. we know it's getting done and tested, and then so that when we come back into business, on a Monday morning or whatever it might be, we know everything's up to date and we're in good shape from a security perspective. All the latest patches are applied. Something that just probably didn't get done on a regular basis when it should have previously.
That's an excellent point. Yes, we do patching Windows monthly to help you guys keep up to date. So
Absolutely. And just going back to Lisa's point, you made a great point where I know we mentioned the quarterly business reviews, but that really did start as a weekly touch point, maybe even a few times a week, I think, where we started. This relationship obviously didn't grow just overnight. And then I recall Amy walking Jason through quarterly business reviews on a monthly basis just to get up to speed. And then we eventually got to a quarterly business review where we are today. Every step of the way, it's been a pleasure working with everyone, and especially in the beginning phases, we held everyone accountable to do what it was that was your action item for the week. And then we got where we are today by, staying committed and one team, one dream. So we appreciate all the efforts on all fronts here. So thank you for that, Lisa.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely been a pleasure getting to where we are today. Seeing our systems run the way that they do is definitely puts our mind at ease that everything is where we need to be.
Music to our ears. It's wonderful.
And I like, Shamus, that you and the team brings us certain opportunities to look at other things, whether we're looking at data, we're looking at other systems that we might need to, bring in house to improve what we're doing, whether it's on the security side or whether it's on the, the optimization side, or really, here's something innovative. You guys bring us, into the fold. You have some webinars I know you've done previously that kind of offer us some insights and perspectives that we might not have had before. Not everyone's for us because, we are a smaller business, so we have to kind of pick and choose what we want. But it does get us thinking about things that we're doing or things that we could be doing, whether it's with, playing with big data. We have a lot of information, even though we're a small company. We don't really do a lot with it. It's probably too big of a project for us to kind of really go, to really bow into that right now, but it's something we'll look to in the future to how we can better take the information we have and leverage it for different projects we might need.
And that's what a partnership's all about. As your managed service provider, that's what we aim to do, is be partners with you, bring you new technology as we think might fit, and just continue working together so that you're successful.
Absolutely. And Amy does a wonderful job at upcoming renewals, or if it is consolidation, like we discussed earlier, just huddling up with the team internally, getting engineers on, and just brainstorming, hey, we have insight into this environment 24/7, both the network infrastructure piece and then the cyber defense piece. So knowing their business, knowing their industry, being a toy manufacturing company, as you mentioned, you're not IT experts and you know that, and that's why this partnership is formed, and that's why we're here today. So just having that insight into your environment on a day-to-day basis and gives us the availability to really tailor a solution that fits not only your needs, but your clients' needs.
So we appreciate your time today, taking the time out to have this discussion with us, Lisa and Jason. We appreciate your business and working with you, and we look forward to everything in the future.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us.